What up, boys, and welcome back to yet another retail gold guide. So in today's video, we're looking at one of my all-time personal favorite gold farms. I featured it before, but I think this is a really good way to make gold ahead of a new expansion. In fact, I always do this many times before a new expansion, and I never do it enough because I always sell out by the time the new expansion arrives. So we're going to dive straight into it. First of all, though, big thank you for all the support on the 0 to 10 million gold guide, which you can grab for 50% off using the discount code STUDENT. The guide is nearly 180 pages long, and it gets constantly updated completely for free. So whenever the next expansion, War Within, comes out, you guys will receive the updated version for that sent directly to your email. That, alongside with the VIP Discord, which once again, you guys are the absolute best for joining that. It's pretty much like a Patreon, but instead everything happens on a Discord server where you get to see all my YouTube videos before they go public on YouTube. You also get access to exclusive content such as spreadsheets, gold tips, investments, and much more. But you'll find it all down below in the description. Now, what we want to be looking at today is a farm that is actually like class specific. It can only be done on rogues, and a lot of you guys probably already know what the farm is about. Yes, we're gonna be farming for dice. I know a lot of people know about the dice farm, but a lot of people also haven't done it in a while, is my guess, because there's a lot of dice, a lot of realms that has a low amount of dice on the auction house, and also an increased price on the dice, simply because people forget about it. What usually happens is that the value goes down, so people stop doing it, and then all of a sudden, sometimes overnight, it goes up in value. So basically, what I usually do is I farm a lot of these, and then I just hold on to them, typically for whenever a pre-patch comes and a lot of people come back to the game, or a new expansion. Now, we're going to be looking at all the different dices that you can farm in the game. The first one takes place on this plateau right here in Icecrown. It is extremely good because these mobs hyper spawn. A note though, after pickpocketing the mobs, you will have to kill the mobs, because the mobs will fully respawn with a new loot table that you can pickpocket faster than the loot table of the pickpocket respawn. So it makes more sense to pickpocket the mobs and then kill the mobs. And at this exact location, you're doing it for the troll dice, which is the first of 3 dice. The exact location of that spot right there takes place in Northrend, Icecrown, and it's right here on this little plateau next to the Shadow Vault. So that is the first dice that we're talking about, which is the troll dice. The second dice is the Dwarven dice, mainly farmed in 2 different areas, where the first one is like in this zone, and it takes place right here on the Onslaught Harbor. And if you have competition on that one, or you don't like the area, you can also go down to Dragonflight at New Hearthglen. I personally prefer this location right here in Icecrown though, at the Onslaught Harbor, because there's a lot of packs that are like big density. There's a lot of mobs. You don't need to move as much as you move on the Hearthglen and Dragonblight. That's for the Decahedral Dwarven dice, which tends to be one of the most expensive dice, also one of the tougher ones to get. Now, the last dice is the Gnomish dice, and this Gnomish dice, I didn't get it when we did this farm. We had this competition where we tried to get all 3 dice in 1 hour. Couldn't do it though, especially not me. I was never lucky. But the last one, the Gnomish dice, takes place right here at the Temple of Uldum and the Obelisk of the Moon, where you pretty much just want to pickpocket every single humanoid mob in this area. And a small note, the dice itself comes from the direct loot table of pickpocketing the mob. I get a lot of questions if it's contained in the junk boxes. It isn't. You can't get the dice in the junk box. You should, however, always open them up, because they can drop really expensive epic weapons inside the boxes. But they are way harder to get than the actual toy, the dice, though. So you just pickpocket all of these. In order to do it efficiently, you got to kill these mobs as well. And you actually, it's not enough to just pickpocket these big packs, because you will eventually run out of mobs and you're going to find yourself waiting for respawns. So you actually have to go like up on this mountain right here, and you got to go down to the Temple of Uldum, and you have to pickpocket like all of these guys as well, all the way down south here. And once you've done that, you should go down to the Obelisk of Moon and pickpocket the mobs down here as well before you circle back to the start of the stairs. But as long as you do that, you will never run out of mobs to pickpocket. So when it comes to pricing of these, it's very different from realm to realm. Like on my realm, the cheapest one, the troll dice, is 12,000 gold, 22k for the dwarven dice, and then 37.5 for the gnomish dice, which it doesn't really make sense. The troll dice is insanely much easier to get than the other two, and then the gnomish dice is easier to get than the dwarven dice, so this one shouldn't be more than the dwarven dice, but they usually never make sense. And if you notice that you do have a shitty price on your realm, don't worry about it. Just save them, hold on to them, check them regularly, and then just sell them whenever they go up in value, because they always do. With that being said, I do have plenty of retail gold farming videos coming out. Some solo, some group farms, some steady gold, some RNG. Just make sure that you are subscribed to the YouTube channel, because that way you'll be notified as soon as the next video drops. And of course, feel free to check out the 0 to 10 million gold guide. Discount code STUDENT for 50% off, together with the VIP Discord. And with that being said, that's pretty much it. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all back in at tomorrow's video. But until then, bye-bye.